Deeya Gwit Prawtee is the Irish Potato, back at it again with another video. Now this video is a little bit different. Why am I kind of doing cinegraphic, I guess, captures of the Lifeboat lobby? Well, this video was inspired by my friend Cap. I'm going to be doing 3 different Minecraft skins based off of Lifeboat Maps. So the first one I'm actually going to be doing is based off of their Halloween lobby, because I thought, hey, I want to make a Halloween skin, so let's make a Halloween skin. So this will be, my first one will be taking inspiration based off the pumpkins, so I'm going to be making a pumpkin based Minecraft skin, so let's get into it. So the skins I'm making are actually HD skins, but you're probably wondering, why is it a non-HD skin at the beginning? Well, what I like to do is I like to get the basic idea down as a non-HD skin, and as you can see, I tried to put in the eyes just there now and it didn't work out too well, and I'm just rearranging the stripes on the pumpkin head. I'm also trying to do a bit of a suit idea and it isn't really going too well. But basically it's just to get the basic idea done before I do any real detail. I like to do detail in HD because it kind of makes it look a bit more nicer. So obviously here I decided to settle on this kind of suit design, and I'm just copying and pasting the little different areas around it to kind of, I guess, make it quicker. This did take me nearly an hour to make. Obviously this is very sped up. This is like 13 times the actual real speed. I'll show you the real speed now. So, as you can tell, it's pretty slow, so this is very sped up. Here I'm working on the legs, I believe. I'm trying to work on a belt idea, and I didn't want the belt to actually kind of be on the inside, because it does look weird when the belt's on the inside, because it should just be round on the outside. Then I decided to go back and change the cuffs on the arms because I didn't like them. So, I'm playing around with that belt idea again. Sorry, I am pausing a lot because this is actually recorded unedited. My vocals are unedited. What I'm trying to do now is doing a bit of shading. Obviously I'm going to finalize the shading in HD. I'm just trying to get the basics down. I actually was happy with that for some reason. And now I'm doing the shading of the arms and legs, so I'll just stop talking for a few minutes and let the music, I guess, do stuff. Okay, so now I duplicated the skin as a HD skin, and as you can see, I'm adding some more stripes to it. I'm just copying and pasting that, and then trying to figure out how the top and bottom would work. This did take me a while to figure out. Obviously I try to make it look as decent as possible. I'm adding a bit more detail with shading and stuff like that, and this was probably the worst part because I was trying to figure out a nice design for the actual pumpkin face, and I decided to land on that, which wasn't bad, but it could have been better, but I really didn't care. Now it has an actual face and it's kind of spooky. So I guess I went with that design, and then I wasn't happy with the texturing, so I kind of went back over that, and I hated this tie idea so much. I literally wanted to actually murder myself over this tie. I'm not bad at making ties, it's just I didn't know what to do for it. Now it looks like a carrot hanging off of him, and I wanted to try to make his suit ripped, and then I decided against that, and I'm kind of glad I did because it was kind of a terrible idea. Here I am trying to finalize the actual shading. I landed on that, and then I made that a bit more circular and stuff. Then I decided to add an extra layer. This is kind of just my entire process. I kind of do the same shading all the time. mainly because, you know, it's something I'm used to, so I like staying with that idea. And now I'm moving on to the legs, where I'm basically just copying and pasting all that stuff. And then it's done, so I'll show you what it looks like now. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the final product. I think it could have been a bit better in my opinion, but at the same time, I haven't made skins in months, so it is kind of just a warm-up skin to try to get back into it. I kind of like the stem at the top and the way I made his head circular. I really enjoyed that detail, so I didn't realize that my phone had a texture pack on it, and I feel really bad now, but that's the pumpkin skin done, so let's move on to the next skin. Woo woo! So the next map I'll be basing the next skin off of is the Lifeboat Skywars map, Toy Chest. So you're probably wondering, you're gonna base off a toy, right? Yeah, I am. But the real question is what type of toy, because obviously, as you can see, sorry I'm a bit out of breath, as you can see, the map is very weird. I'm actually going to be basing off a teddy bear. I was thinking of a doll, but considering we already did a Halloween skin, dolls are scary, so I went with a bear. So let's get into it. So for this skin, I wanted to try to go for a lighter kind of brown color, because we had very dark colors with the Halloween skin. So I wanted to try to figure out how to do a bear skin, and as you can tell, I don't know how to do bears. This did definitely take a lot of fiddling around with the face to try to figure out a face that was kind of decent, at least for a starting point anyways. I finally settled on that, and this also was a pain in the ass trying to figure out how to do a bow. I kept changing it constantly, and I was also trying to texture it. The belly part too, didn't know how to do that, so, you know, great. So yeah, I ended up changing the bow color to a darker pink because I thought it was too similar to the way I had textured it in the past, or made it in the past. And then obviously I also can't do paws. I finally realized how to actually try to do them decently, so I went with that idea. I went for the exact same idea with the legs, similar to the paws. And yeah, and then I gave up. So I actually looked up how to, I looked up some references, and I just played around with a few of the ideas I seen on the references. So this is me just fiddling around with shading and stuff like that. So I will start talking again whenever the HD part comes in. Okay, so now we're in the HD part of it. I decided to curve the little muzzle part of it, and also shape the nose a little bit and the ears. I decided I was going to make this female and try to add eyelashes, and then I wasn't happy with how the eyelashes looked with the eyes, so there was a bunch of fiddling around with different colors and different ways. That was nightmare fuel. So I finally decided that was kind of decent, so I just went with it and started texturing the different parts of the body to make it look a bit more furry. I ended up doing a bit of shading on the bow, which actually made it look really nice in my opinion. I actually ended up enjoying the bow a lot more than I did at the start. So it's basically me just fiddling around with shading, and then obviously, you know, trying to figure out how to texture it as well. And yeah, this is a very simple concept, and despite it being really simple in practice, I found it harder to make than the actual Halloween skin, because I had an idea of what I actually wanted to do with the Halloween skin, whereas with a bear, you can't do a whole lot with bears. So, you know, yeah, and I ended up finishing it, and I'll show you the final product now, I guess. So in conclusion, I actually kind of like this one a lot less than the Halloween skin, because it was a simpler concept, but it was harder to execute. Usually the ones that are more simple in practice are harder to do in my opinion. Then I have it sitting down because it's supposed to be a toy, so it looks a little bit like a toy. So let's see how it looks with the toy chest map. So overall, I think the skin actually kind of works well with the map. Once again, I forgot there's a texture back on, but no matter. Anyways, I think we're gonna move on to our final skin, which you guys may be suspecting or not suspecting, depending on, you know, whatever, but let's go. So the final map I will be doing a skin based off is the Bed Wars map Brick. So obviously with bricks, I'm gonna make a builder skin. And yes, it is kind of similar to Bob the Builder, but I didn't actually want it to be Bob the Builder. So it kind of has the same color scheme, but it's a different skin altogether, so don't compare it to Bob the Builder, please. Right, let's get into the skin. Woohoo! So obviously the concept here was a builder, so I decided to get them a red construction hat and gray black eyes. I was trying to figure out how to actually shade the hat, because I'm gonna be real, it doesn't look like a hat at all. I decided to put some layers on it to try to make it look like, you know, the way a hat is shaped, kind of like that, but it didn't really go too well. I gave them hair because it looked hella weird. So how I actually shade stuff is I usually go 5 shades, what is it? I was gonna say shades, but it's like, if you go to the number part of a skin color, you just go -5 for each one. I don't know what's actually called, but or I go up or down depending. You guys can see it, so I'm not gonna try to explain it much more than that. For right now, a lot of this is very basic kind of shading coloring, because a lot of it will be done in the HD format. For example, I'm not actually going to keep my goals like that. I'm going to shape them a little bit. Same with the hard hat and hair. I'm also going to shape that whenever I get to the HD. Right now, it's just, you know, chill, I guess. And one thing I didn't notice when I actually was starting the legs is that I used the wrong color for the legs, so it's slightly off from the top. Not that you could notice it, but I do actually realize that and fix it in the HD. No, I've actually fixed it here, sorry. What I fixed in the HD is the pockets on the bottom, because I did the darker color as the like outline of the pocket, whereas I was supposed to do the lighter color and then the darker color on the inside, so it gives this effect of it being inside. But yeah, I didn't do that, so I fixed all that because I'm an idiot, so yeah. So this is actually the point in recording where I realized I did the pockets wrong, and I'm switching the lighter color to the outside while I'm putting the darker color into the inside. As you will be able to see in the final product, it does make much more of a difference. In case you guys are wondering what I'm doing with what I was doing with the hat, was I was making it more textured so it looked a bit more like a hard hat. Because it really doesn't, so I just textured the rest of the outfit like that, and then it is finished. So let's see the final product. I have to say my favorite out of the 3 skins I made actually was the first skin, although this is definitely a close second. I just like the idea, and I think it works well with the map. So let's see it in game. So overall, I actually think the skin goes pretty well with the map. I'm really happy with that result. There's me with the Shreks. This is where our teddy bear gets yeeted. Anyways, I suppose that does it for this video. I think the skins actually turned out a lot better than I expected them to. Obviously, if you want more type of videos like this, let me know. Obviously, if you would not want added commentary, please let me know too, because that's something I'm experimenting with. The video is quite long, so if it's easier to not do commentary, I would definitely not do commentary. I just thought it was nice to let you guys know my thought process throughout the video. But yeah, I suppose until the next video, stay safe, sending positive vibes your way. Goodbye!